All right, guys, let's check out this Ball Engineer HydroCarbon AeroGMT. Big thanks to Nick and the gang over at Exquisite Timepieces in Naples, Florida. I'll put a link down below in the description. Here's the hang tag. This one's called a DG2018C-S10C-BE. Yeah, I'm thinking we could come up with another name. Retail price of $3,500 for this guy. Well, $34.99. So, in case you don't know, Ball watches make incredibly high quality watches for a fairly reasonable price. I think $3,500 for what you're getting here, a unique design and chronometer grade GMT automatic, is a reasonable price in its segment, I think. For me personally, this wouldn't be the Ball that I would personally choose, but that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about showing you as many watches as possible because I'm not sure which ones are going to resonate with you. So these are about you, not me. Or they're about the watch, not us. However you want to look at it. So this one does have some unique features. First off, bi-directional 120 click bezel. Nice. It's a little loose for my likings. But it is bidirectional, and that is critical part of having a GMT bezel, in my opinion. Now, let's get into the size of the watch. It is a 42 millimeter case, but as you can see, the bezel overhangs quite a bit. The bezel is actually 45 millimeter, so it's going to present like a much larger watch than what it's going to be wearing on your wrist. The lug to lug is also a 53, but you can see a dramatic turn down on those side profile of that case on those lugs, so it's going to kind of hug the wrist. 14 millimeter thick, but that's including that double domed sapphire crystal with AR coating. 21 millimeter lug width there, and an H-link bracelet that tapers down to 18. H-link bracelets are great. They're super comfortable and they look really cool, but when you're sizing them, you can take out a little bit too much or add too much in either direction. To remedy that, they did these little short links on both sides. They're not half links because you can't really half link an H link. Rather, they're just shorter links. Additionally, on both sides, they have essentially a dive extension of 10 millimeter, and that's on both sides of the butterfly. So you could treat that as, your wrist swole, and you could just get a 10 millimeter extra out of the bracelet. Super heavy duty, butterfly clasp here. Very robust looking for sure. You do have to fold over this side and then this side because it has that railroad logo that kind of comes over the top side. So, and then you just have double pushers to release that. Let's do a quick zoom in of the case back before we transition to the dial, because Ball typically does really good case backs, and this one's no exception. So it has a bunch of information on the back there regarding like the plus minus Greenwich time zones there, the plus minuses, and what cities where the plus minuses would be. And then of course we have an aircraft on the back there. So just kind of go with the travel and the GMT. Looking at the dial of this thing and the handset, we have 44 micro tubes. No, I did not count them. I looked it up on the internet. So there's a bunch of them. You can kind of see them. What they are is they're little tritium tubes, and they're made by MB Microtech. That's the main, I think, the only one that I know of as far as my research has shown that makes these little tritium tubes. And they're used in all different industries, definitely in the watch industry, and they glow all the time. I think they last like 25 years, but they have like a half-life sort of thing. So as soon as the lights go out and your eyes adjust to the darkness, you don't need super luminova. Like these tritium tubes are just always on. So like they're just always on. It's pretty cool. If you haven't owned a tritium watch, definitely check it out. There's some more affordable options out there for sure if you're new into the hobby. But as you progress in the hobby, then Ball might intrigue you if you like tritium tubes and high quality automatic watches. Inside is the Movement RR1201-C. My research shows that that's essentially an ETA 2893 chronometer grade. Now, because they call it the RR1201, and I'm not going to pull the case back off this, it could be a Sellita SW330 or something. They have that option to do that. But either way, it is a chronometer grade. You're noticing the crown guard here. Pretty cool, right? Interesting piece, different than the norm. So you push this little button down here, and you push that forward, and it gives you access to the screw down crown. It is 100-meter water resist, so you unscrew it, you can wind the watch in this position, or you can pop the crown out and you can adjust the time. And you can see the hour, minute, and the GMT hand all move. Now the GMT hand even has a tritium tube on it, even though it's skeletonized. Pretty cool little feature. And they're going to be different colors too. That's the other thing. You can do tritium tubes in a bunch of different colors, and I will try to show that the best as possible. So then you just rotate that back around, clicks back in place. Just kind of a cool little fidget spinner gadget thing there. Let's see, what other things does Ball do? They made it shock resistant. It's like 7.5 G shock resistant. Anti-magnetic properties. It's mostly that's going to be in the movement. It's like 4,800 amp meters, resistant to magnetism. Let's pop it on wrist, and then we'll check out the Lume the best we can. So here it is on my 7.25 inch wrist. Not sized, of course, but out of the box, like I typically, if I'm going to wear a butterfly clasp, I wear them pretty loose. So I would probably just pull out one of these short links on this side, honestly, and I would be good to go. But here it is on my 7.25 inch wrist. Has a nice weight to it. It's comfortable on wrist. I don't feel any hot spots, even with this crown being kind of large. It's all like kind of soft edges, if you will. All right, now let's see if we can get the Lume activated. Now I'm going to do a little trick. In case you didn't know, if you have a UV light with tritium tubes, you'll be able to see them, right? So you can kind of see there's orange up there and then some green. But let's kill the lights and hopefully get a full effect on this thing. Okay, so we do have some super lumen over there. It looks like BGW9 or something, but there we go. Now you can see all of the Lume and all the tritium tubes all interacting. Now it's not going to be like that bright, but if you're in a completely dark room and your eyes are adjusted to it, it will be completely legible. It's pretty amazing. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.